was definitely an eye-opener for me.
Okay, and what was it like being able to do that? Like, when you get off stage, the 6 you get back there and you're like, dude, you did this together. So what's it kind of like being able to do that with, like, your mates?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I mean, if you've ever been in a band, it's a really cool thing because everyone pushes in their 50 cents, kind of makes the pound in the end, so it's really cool, man. I'm really thankful for my friends in the band. We've been in the band together for almost 10 years, and it's an awesome thing, and it's definitely a good feeling when you come back from a good show and you've got each other there, and that everyone gave their 120 to put it in,
Were there ever points before that where you'd thought, this is kind of fun, but when it's, we're not going to make enough money to make a living, or, we're not going to be the next Metallica? Did you ever sort of think, let's...
Absolutely. When I was 17, 18 years old, and we were just starting to really play a lot of shows, and it was costing us money, and when we were recording Chasing Safety, I had to call home to my mom and ask her for $50. Like, you know what I mean? Like, which is a crazy thing now to think about, but that's really how it is, and I think that in our lives, we're kind of allowed to go through those things so we can appreciate the other side, I mean, we all have, like, I remember recording that record for 2 months and having $150 to eat on. You know what I mean? Like, and it's expensive to live. We all slept on a floor in a living room, but it was great. That's what makes it what it is, Like, I mean, now, I kind of miss those days now. I mean, obviously not the part of being poor, but I miss the days to where we all don't share a hotel room. Everyone owns a home now. You know what I mean? Like, it's a totally different...
It's kind of that broship kind of thing, you feel like a team, and when you're struggling for something... and the chips are down, it's better to be doing it at that stage than, when you're Motley Crue.
Oh, no, I mean, we're not any sort of band like that, but we have been blessed enough where everyone owns homes, and most of us are married now. I mean, everyone's 25 or older now, which is a weird thing,
How has, lifestyle changed from being like dossing on people's floors to being self-supporting?
It's great. I'm thankful to God for it. I mean, I definitely don't think I deserve anything I've got because I'm just some kid from Florida. But it's really neat to be there. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes you wish that the camaraderie was still what it was. I mean, there's such a huge change. I mean, this may sound extremely trite, but there's such a huge change from touring in a bus to touring in a van. When you're in a van, it's great because. And you hate it at the time because it smells bad and there's nowhere to lay down, but, like, you all can hang out and have conversations. You all listen to the same music. Everyone's jamming to the stereo and talking and laughing and eating beef jerky and just being ridiculous, being messes. And then you get in a bus and everyone has their own space, And on your day off, everyone has their own hotel room, And everyone, at the end of the tour, everyone gets on a separate plane and flies home,
Did you notice as well, like, a leap in sort of album sales?
Oh, I mean, it's weird to get those phone calls and find out that people are excited about. I mean, because we didn't even know that stuff existed. I remember the first time I ever heard of Nielsen sound. I was walking down the street in Texas, just on tour, playing this tiny little dirt hole venue, and someone was like, "Yeah, Thursday Full Collapse just stopped selling 1,000 copies a week." And I was like, 1,000 copies a week? That's a whole lot of records. I was like for an underground music scene, and then 2 years later, like, I was having those same talks, and it's weird, man. It's definitely, I think it corrupts bands a lot, though, the whole album sales and the whole thing. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
I just wanted to play music, and I think now that I know about it, if you get a phone call and your record doesn't sell 70,000 copies first week, it's a failure. I mean, think about that. Think about 70,000 people, each one of them holding a piece of something. You know what I mean? Like, that's a whole load of people, right? I mean...
But you guys are on independent. You guys Solid State, Tooth and Nail, right?
Yeah, we're still there now, actually. We re-signed
awesome.
Right after Define the Great Line. Yeah, we're going to stay.
You get kind of, you're screwed when you sign to a major because their expectations are still stuck in 1988.
Well, I mean, it's so true because a lot of these majors have sold millions and millions and millions and millions of records, obviously. And the thing is, I mean, you go to Capitol Records, those labels had the Beach Boys and Beatles and people who sold... I mean, the Beatles have sold 1 billion pieces of music. Like, I mean, that's estimated. They don't even really know because SoundCan obviously didn't start until the 80s.
Yeah.
So there's no way to really know. And I think it's great not to know. If you find a band full of a bunch of kids who are having a good time and things are great and they don't know, I think that's awesome.
So
you know what I mean? Like,
was there ever a danger of, like, sort of egos running astray? Because, I know you're good-hearted people. And
I think anybody, no matter what, their egos get carried away. I think there are Christians who aren't nice people too. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a nice person sometimes, and I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? Like, but it's where your ego get carried away. You know what I mean? Like, there was a point in my life where I was like, wow, that's a lot of records. Awesome. and then something happens to you where you realize, oh, I'm still just like everybody else. You know what I mean? I think that's important for any band guy, for any person in any walk of life, be it a corporate person, a musician, whatever it is. If you look at yourself and you think that your poop doesn't stink, you're probably doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like.